Meeting Act statement.
In accordance with the provisions of the Open Public Meetings Act, the board secretary has forwarded notice of this meeting for advertising by having the date, time, and place thereof posted in the Secaucus Town Hall on the bulletin board located in the hallway of the Board of Education Administration Building, as well as notice being provided to the Bergen Record, Jersey Journal, and district website.
Please rise for the salute to the flag. I pledge allegiance
To the flag
of
of
the
the United
States of America and to the republic for which it stands,
one nation,
one nation, under God,
indivisible,
indivisible,
with
with liberty and justice
for all.
for all. Roll call.
Mr. Bartletta,
Present.
Ms. Callie,
Here.
Ms. Eccles,
Here.
Ms. McFarland.
Here.
Mr. McStowe,
Yeah.
Ms. O'Connell,
Here.
Ms. Pantiliano,
Here.
Mr. Patel,
Here.
Dr. Strobert.
Here.
Okay, we need a motion for the approval of the meeting minutes.
Motion.
We need a
Second.
Could somebody read what we're motioning for?
Move to approve the regular meeting minutes of August 6, 2020 and August 27, 2020.
Thank you. Roll.
Bartletta, Mr. Bartletta,
Yes.
Ms. Callie,
Yes.
Ms. Eccles,
Yes.
Ms. McFarland,
Yes.
Mr. McStowe,
Yes.
Ms. O'Connell,
Yes.
Ms. Pantiliano,
Abstain
From both?
from the minutes of last meeting because I wasn't here.
Okay, so yes to the 6th and no abstain for the 27th?
Yes. Thanks, Joan.
You're welcome.
Mr. Patel,
Yes.
Dr. Strobert.
Yes.
Okay, do we have any showcase?
So we do. I asked Carrie Ann DeVito to come on. She's going to provide us with the period 2 student safety data system reporting, which is a reporting from January 1st of 2020 through June 30th of 2020. That's something that we report each period of the year.
What is this for?
This is, we have to report twice a year the data for violence and vandalism.
Oh, okay, it's not the showcase.
No, well, we're going to put it in that slot.
Okay, all right, thank you.
Do you want me to start that, Joan?
Yes, please,
Okay.
since I
Carrie,
have,
thank you. Carrie Ann DeVito, Director of Special Services. I also serve as the district's anti-bullying coordinator and affirmative action officer. I am reporting the January through June 2020 SSDS report for the 1920 school year. SSDS refers to Student Safety Data System, and our district is responsible for reporting all incidences of violence, vandalism, weapons, substance abuse, and harassment, intimidation, and bullying to the Department of Education, as well as in this public session. For Secaucus High School, we had a total of 3 incidences. For Clarendon School, 1. For Huber Street, 1. And for Secaucus Middle School, 2. For a total of 7 incidences for the district between January and June.
Thank you, Ms. DeVito.
You're welcome.
thank you.
So at this time, I'd like to move forward. I have our principals here. They're going to provide us a school update. So whoever wants to start.
Do we have to motion that?
We will, Mary, under my superintendent report.
All right.
I'll start
Mr.
if everybody's
Viggiani?
okay
Yeah,
with that.
You're gonna start? Thank you.
Good evening, everybody. Steve Viggiani, principal of Secaucus High School. Great to be back to school with our teachers and students. We had several successful pandemic response team meetings over the summer. Thank you to all of our parents, teachers, nurses, and custodians who volunteered their time developing a safe reentry plan. Our custodians have been working double time, cleaning, rearranging furniture, and preparing the school with new health and safety guidelines. Our technology department has been working equally as hard, developing and rolling out new technology, and our teachers had to significantly restructure the school day, the classroom environment, and their approach to teaching. They are all doing an amazing job adapting to these major changes. Our in-person students have been absolutely wonderful, following all the safety guidelines that include mask wearing, social distancing, with special attention to health and safety measures. Our goal this year is to create a safe environment while providing our students with all the same opportunities and resources that are available to them in a typical school year, although the platform may look a little different. This year, we had 45 students take advantage of our virtual math, physics, and English summer academies. This took place from July to August. Our full virtual students have an opportunity to pick up school supplies at the main office of Secaucus High School. That happened today and will happen again tomorrow from 12 to 3 p.m. Our Secaucus seniors, student drivers, will have an opportunity to paint and personalize a parking space on Saturday, September 19th, and again on Sunday, September 20th, beginning at 10 o'clock in the morning. On Monday, September 28th at 6:30 p.m., Secaucus High School will be hosting a virtual financial aid night for all parents. This presentation will provide valuable information about filling out the FAFSA form, and the PowerPoint will be available on the high school website following that event for any parents who miss it. Further instructions will follow in regard to a Zoom meeting access. With all of the SAT test centers closed, Secaucus High School will be offering the SAT school day administration to about 60 of our students, and this will take place on Wednesday, October 14th. Additional dates will be scheduled as they become available. And on Saturday, October 17th, the junior class will have an opportunity to take the PSAT. We highly recommend that all juniors take advantage of this opportunity. In lieu of our annual college fair, we will be offering a virtual college exploration program for beginning September 29th, which will run through to October 9th. Students will have the opportunity to hear from admission officers. They'll gain important information from 250 colleges and universities from 34 states and 7 countries. Thank you. I want to wish everyone a successful school year.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Viggiani.
Thank you.
Ms. Candela?
Good evening, Christine Candela, principal of Secaucus Middle School. While the start of this school year was far different from any I had imagined when I entered the district 20 years ago, it was, as always, a great success. With the help of administrators, teachers, counselors, and our pandemic response team, we welcomed our students, masks on, temperatures checked, and health apps scanned. I can't thank Dr. Kaiser and the IT department, Sal Chaffee, all our custodians, and all our staff volunteers enough for making this new morning routine so easy and efficient. The building is immaculate with new sanitizing stations, social distancing posters, and floor markers. The classrooms arranged to allow 6 feet between each student. Our teachers have been trained in new online platforms and programs to offer synchronous learning to both our hybrid and remote learners. Over the summer, we hosted a beautiful outdoor graduation for our 8th graders with the support of the Board of Education, Mayor, Town Council, Secaucus Police Department, Fire Department, and our EMTs. We were one of the very few towns who were able to make this possible for their middle school students, so I'm very proud and grateful that our students will always have this wonderful memory in a year where moments like this mean more than ever. In July and August, several of our students participated in the Summer Math Academy and accelerated to algebra. We are very proud of them rising to this challenge during an already challenging year. We're excited for the new additions to our faculty. Amanda Wasong, Carrie Korzinski, and Shelley Primavera are now part of the middle school staff. We hired 2 new physical education teachers, Carly Rattano and Mario Mejia, as well as Emanuela Andolina, who teaches Italian, Caterina DeSica, who is math and special education, Jordan Wildermuth for math, and Pat Kikuchi has now become our middle school business teacher. We are thrilled to be able to offer these as marking period cycles of STEM, art, business, and world language to every middle school student each year moving forward. In addition to our new business and Italian classes, our guidance department, in conjunction with Jill Priest and our CST team, has been working to develop a social and emotional learning curriculum that will be implemented throughout the day, particularly during our lunch periods. Now more than ever, our students need empathy, resilience, relationship building skills, and collective resolve as we navigate this new normal. Our PTO is helping everyone get ready for fall by holding a fundraiser selling mums. So please check our school website and Facebook page to support their efforts and our students. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms.
Thank you,
Kendall.
Ms.
Thank you.
Mr. Valenti?
Good evening, Rob Valenti, principal of Ewer Street School. Obviously, we have been operating in unprecedented times. Getting from mid-March to September 9th took a lot of people doing things that they've never had to do before. Sal Chaffee, Enzo Castelli, Billy Heaney, Eddie Sinisi, and their team have done an amazing job. Kim Pasquarello and Colleen Mason were a tremendous help throughout the entire process. Jamie Vigiano assisted me throughout the entire summer. Jerry Kaiser and his IT team, in particular Matt Miller, has been indispensable. Thank you, thank you, thank you to my faculty. They learned new technology, set up their classrooms, prepared supplies, and they're teaching to a computer screen and to in-person students all in record time. I guess what I want everyone out there to know is just how thankful I am for their effort. We have a handful of new bears that we have welcomed this week. Jillian Hanley is our new pre-K special education teacher at the Millridge School. And Ewer Street School has a new second grade teacher in Kelly O'Hara. The last week has been spent opening our doors to the students for the first time in 6 months. It was wonderful to have their energy back in our building. The entry process has gotten smoother each day, and a key component to that has been the creation of the Health Check app that our IT team department designed themselves. It has dramatically sped up the entrance process. Lastly, I want to extend my thanks to 4 other groups. First, I want to thank the parents. This past week, we have been giving out supplies to the students who are fully virtual. So I've had the opportunity to meet hundreds of parents, about 200 parents in the past few days. Their support and patience has not gone unnoticed or unappreciated. Second, I want to thank the board members. It's easy to lose sight that you volunteer your time to do this, and no board of education anywhere has ever had to make decisions like this in this type of situation. I know how difficult it must be to be in the room where it happens. Third, I want to thank my colleagues. It's been a tremendous, tremendous, tremendous help to have such a good group of people to bounce ideas off of during these last 6 months. And finally, I want to thank the students. It's so good to see them back in our school again. They have made our building come alive. Everybody have a great night and welcome back.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Valenti.
Dr. Garzone?
Good evening, Dr. Danielle Garzone, principal of Clarendon School. Welcome to a new school year. Even in such an unprecedented time, we looked forward to meeting our students and made sure the experience that they have in school and virtually is one that makes them smile each day. With the support and help of our administrative team, teachers, counselors, we welcomed our students, and our entry into the start of the school year has been a success. A special shout out and thank you to Dr. Kaiser, the IT department, Sal Chaffee, our custodians, staff volunteers, my office staff, Colleen Santaniello, Erica DeMays, and Sharon Boley. Everyone has been doing such an incredible job, and I can't be prouder, and it's made the process a lot smoother. The building has social distancing posters and floor decals, and the classrooms have been arranged to allow that 6 feet apart between each student. Staff and students were also distributed masks to utilize throughout the day. Our staff have been trained to offer synchronized learning in both the hybrid and remote models. It is a learning process for everyone, and we appreciate the support of our families. Each year brings positive change, and we are excited to welcome all the new additions to our faculty. Ms. Roseanne Krajewski and Carrie Antonelli are now part of our Clarendon team. I would like to welcome Gina Cristiano, Ms. Brianna Melendez, Christina Ulrich, Madeline Weichert, Shelly Naz, Monica Savelli, and Kerry Goldsack as all new team members both in and out of the classroom. On September 8th, the Clarendon Bees buzzed into a new school year. It is great to have the building buzzing with energy and learning. It may look different, but its uniqueness makes it extra special. Throughout the past week and a half of school, teachers not only worked with students in person and virtually on procedures and routines, but integrating mindfulness and wellness into their daily rituals. Our theme for this year is "We are all in this together," which is a part of our social emotional growth mindset. Promoting mindfulness and SEL allows students to be aware of the present moment. Enhancing our growth mindset is key, and providing all staff and students with a daily mindful moment continues to demonstrate our goal. I'd like to close by thanking all of my staff and faculty for all the hard work and dedication that they've been doing. They have been incredible in helping to get our school off to an amazing start. They continue to go above and beyond to make sure our students are given the support needed daily to be successful. Thank you to all of our families for their patience, support, and cooperation throughout the new normal that we are living in. With the world changing at a drop of a hat, I look forward to a great year because I know that we are all in this together. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Garzon.
Thank you, Dr. Garzon.
Ms. Montesano?
Grace, is there correspondence?
No correspondence.
Okay. So on Thursday, September 10th, I drove onto the Secaucus High School and Middle School property around 7:25 a.m. to find several staff members and administrators welcoming both staff and students into the buildings. Students were getting off the buses or out of cars with their masks on for the very first time in 6 months. Everyone seemed cheerful, and the process for the entry was going very smoothly. I then got into my car and headed over to Huber Street School, where I would be helping in the morning. On my way, I saw many students walking, crossing guards waving, and traffic back in semi-full force on Patterson Plank Road. I will share that on this short ride, I did find some tears coming down my face. The tears were those of joy and relief to see a sense of normality coming back to our town. To see people working and students attending school was truly a sight for sore eyes. What was even better was my ability to work with Mr. Valente, thank you, Mr. Valente, for having me, and his staff in welcoming many of our younger ones back at Huber Street School. It was a great feeling to see our students come back, as well as welcome many new kindergarten students. After this, I got in my car and headed over to Clarendon School, where I was able to visit first day lessons in action. Students in the classes were interacting live with students who were virtual. It was such an awesome thing to see. Now, I will also share that we've had many small glitches since starting that we have dealt with, but we were and are prepared to have them resolved as quickly as possible when they come up. This week was our first full week back with our AA virtual BB rotation. As we move through this process, we ask that everyone please be patient with technology and with our teachers. All districts are experiencing some kinks in their system, which have been addressed as best and fast as possible. Our staff, faculty, and administrators are working double time to ensure the best possible experience for all of our students, whether they are receiving in-person instruction or they're virtual. I thank them for all of their hard work and dedication to this school district. As we move forward over the next few weeks, we will assess this current plan and look to the next steps. As we move through this process, we will ask for everyone's feedback, which will help in guiding our decision making. If in the meantime you have questions, please look at our website to find my community address, which answered many questions about our plan, or the Road Back section, which shares many valuable tools on learning virtually, including the ins and outs of the Google Classroom. Once again, if you have any specific questions regarding your child's programming, please call the main office of the school directly. We are all here to help you. Our successes are many, and it all seems from the steps that we took when the pandemic hit us in March. We are far ahead of many other districts, and although things can change in a heartbeat, as long as our community remains healthy, we plan to continue moving forward as this year progresses. Lastly, as everyone can see, our Board of Education meetings are still running virtually at this time. Our board is very desperate to return to live meetings while following all of the CDC guidelines. Please know that in order for this to take place, we have to ensure that all of the guidelines are met and our policy for this process is approved. We will be doing this approval over the next few board meetings, and we look forward to attending our Board of Education meetings very soon back in person. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Montesano.
Thank you.
Ms. Callie, there are no HIB investigations for this month.
Okay. All right, does somebody want to make a motion to accept the SS?
I'll do it.
Thank you.
A motion to accept the SSDS findings as reported by the superintendent and are available at the administrative offices for review.
We need a second.
Second.
Discussion? Roll?
Mr. Bartletta,
Yes.
Ms. Callie,
Yes.
Ms. Eccles,
Yes.
Ms. McFarland,
Yes.
Mr. McStowe,
Yes.
Ms. O'Connell,
Yes.
Ms. Pantiliano,
Yes.
Mr. Patel,
Yes.
Dr. Strober.
yes,
Thank you. Ms. Joe, do you have a report? Business Administrator Board Secretary report?
No report at this time.
Okay. Mr. Fogarty, you want to read the public forum statement? Or is there anybody's hand raised? Dr. Kaiser?
No, there's no one whose hand's raised at the moment.
All right, so we can forego that. All right, Governance Committee personnel?
I would like to accept the recommendation of the superintendent to approve and adopt resolutions R1.01 through R1.16 and motion M1.01 as described below for the following.
Second, anybody?
Second.
Thank you. Discussion? Roll.
Mr. Bartletta,
Yes.
Ms. Callie, Ms. Callie,
Joan?
unmute. No, you're on mute. Ms. Eccles,
Yes.
Ms. McFarland,
Yes.
Mr. McStowe,
Yes.
Ms. O'Connell,
Yes.
Ms. Pantiliano,
Yes.
Mr. Patel,
Yes.
Dr. Strober.
yes,
I'm here, yes.
Okay, thank you, Joan.
Policy? We
I
need a
motion to
motion.
I motion to accept the recommendation of the superintendent to approve and adopt resolution R2.01 through R2.02 as described below.
Second.
Discussion?
Yes. I'd like to table R2.01 for further review.
Anybody else? Do we table it?
Can I have the resolution again, the resolution number that Jack wants to table?
The,
R2.01, R2.01.
01.
So the question, is there a second to Mr. McStow's motion to table?
second,
No discussion on a tabling motion. Ms. Yeo, would you call the roll, please?
Sure. Mr. Bartletta,
Yes.
Ms. Callie,
Yes.
Ms. Eccles,
Yes.
Ms. McFarland,
Yes.
Mr. McStowe,
yes,
Ms. O'Connell,
Yes.
Ms. Pantiliano,
yes,
Mr. Patel,
yes,
Dr. Strobert.
Yes.
Now that was on just the tabled one. We got to
Right.
take the rolls for the remaining.
R 2.02.
Do I have a second for that?
Second.
Mr. Bartletta,
Yes.
Ms. Callie,
Yes.
Ms. Eccles,
Yes.
Ms. McFarland,
Yes.
Mr. McStowe,
yes,
Ms. O'Connell,
Yes.
Ms. Pantiliano,
yes,
Mr. Patel,
yes.
Dr. Strobert.
Yes.
Do we have shared services or legislation
No
reports?
report at this time.
Okay. Education Committee.
Motion to accept the recommendation of the superintendent to approve and adopt resolutions R 5.01 through R 5.03 as described below.
Second, anybody?
I guess I'll second it.
Thank you. Discussion? Roll.
Mr. Bartletta,
Yes.
Ms. Callie,
Yes.
Ms. Eccles,
Yes.
Ms. McFarland,
Yes.
Mr. McStowe,
Yes,
Ms. O'Connell,
Yes.
Ms. Pantiliano,
yes,
Mr. Patel,
yes,
Dr. Strobert.
Yes.
Any athletics or school technology report?
Not at this time.
Operations? Finance?
I'd like to make a motion to accept the recommendation of the Business Administrative Secretary and adopt resolutions 8.01 to 8.08.
Second.
Discussion? Roll.
Mr. Bartletta,
Yes.
Ms. Callie,
Yes.
Ms. Eccles,
Yes.
Ms. McFarland,
Yes.
Mr. McStowe,
Yes,
Ms. O'Connell,
Yes.
Ms. Pantiliano,
yes,
Mr. Patel,
yes,
Dr. Strobert.
Yes.
All right, Dr. Kaiser, is there anyone in the general question? Do they have their hands up or?
No, there are no hands raised at the moment on the participant list. And all questions in the chat area have been answered.
Somebody says they would like to speak. So, Mr. Fogarty, you've got to read that statement.
I will.
Thank you.
You're welcome. This meeting is open to the public for the purpose of addressing any subject matter that is pertinent to and directly related to the operation of the Secaucus Public School District. Residents wishing to speak on such items must announce their name and their address and are required to state the general subject matter. Comments are limited to 5 minutes per person. The board may or may not respond to issues raised by members of the public at the time they are raised, but will provide a response if and when appropriate. The board also asks that members of the public be courteous and mindful of the rights of other individuals when speaking. Please note that the board will not respond to comments regarding students or board employees in light of the privacy rights held by those individuals. Moreover, the board discourages comments about such individuals and will not be responsible for those comments. Members of the public who choose to speak during the public session should carefully consider their comments, since they can be held personally liable for any statements they make. Finally, please note that in accordance with district policy number 1100, the board will not officially comment or respond to any matter mentioned unless it can confirm that the matter has first been brought to the attention of the appropriate school personnel in an attempt to resolve the issue informally. Thank you.
Nancy Lynch, 728 Post Place, Secaucus, New Jersey. Many of the SEA members have been frustrated since the beginning of the school year. Some of them are teaching to empty classrooms while all the other students are virtual. Others are teaching to 1, 2, or 3 students sitting in their class while the rest are home. The technology has been inconsistent. The Chromebooks have a delay and are slow to load. It is difficult to teach to the class and run programs at the same time. In addition to teaching, we are being asked to do non-teaching tasks. There simply is not enough time, and our focus is on our lessons. Lastly, we need more information on the ventilation and HVAC system and have submitted Oprah requests to Grace. Thank you.
Joan, you're muted.
Thank you. I want to thank several different groups of people for allowing our students back in the building. Without them, that would not have happened. First of all, I guess I'll start with the custodial staff under the direction of Sal Chiaffi, who has made sure our district has all the PPE, cleaning supplies, disinfectants, everything they need. There are several districts, neighboring towns, that do not even have that. They've done a phenomenal job. I've been in the high school, middle school, and Clarendon. Tomorrow I'll be in Yuba Street, and I'm sure it's just as clean as all the other buildings. As for our IT team, they're remarkable. Not only have they had this unsurmountable task of getting all the Chromebooks out, sanitized, everything they've been doing, they've also developed 2 programs or 2 apps that allow for our students to come into the building. It's amazing to have this talent in Secaucus. I can't thank them enough for all their work. They've made everybody's job a little easier. Thank you, Dr. Kaiser, and your staff. Then I guess we need to talk to our school administrators. You've worked tirelessly from March through the summer, continuing so. I've been in several meetings with the town and all of you. You've made sure that our district meets all the standards, is clean and safe for every student. Many of you have children in our district and have seen how we've excelled in certain areas. I thank everybody, Ms. Yo, everybody in the central office for their work. It's amazing how a district, when they work as a family, comes together like ours. And I thank you for your support. Anyone else?
Joan, if I could say one quick thing, I want to send my condolences out to the Mack and Jager family on the passing of Mrs. Mack.
Yes, my condolences to Mrs. Jager.
Thanks, Mr. Bartlett. Anyone else? So do we have a motion to adjourn?
Motion to adjourn.
Second.
Thank you, everyone.